Hi everyone, I'm Tracy Phoenix. Thanks for tuning into LotusLife with me for Surya Namaskar A, Sun Salutations. So to give you a little background, Sun Salutations came to light thousands of years ago through Hatha Yoga. It's said to honor the sun each day for the life it gives us here on the earth, as well as the sun within us. It gives us life to our consciousness. It didn't become written text till about 20th century, when a former state of India actually used it to strengthen the people through spiritual and physical practice using this sequence. It became more universal in the West through gracious people like K. Pattabhi Jois, the founder of Ashtanga Yoga, where the Sun Salutation A and B series are the foundation of the practice. You'll also notice the flow of it, where one posture leads into another, and that looks real familiar when it comes to Vinyasa Yoga as well. And so take your time with yourself. We're doing just Sun Salutation A today because we're doing it about 10 times. But each time I do little different variations throughout, so ensuring to cater to each body type, each flexibility, and each strength for each day. And remember, having your patience and practicing each day creates more and more that sense of oneness within yourself via your mind, your body, and your breath. So often we live in a world where it gets pulled apart. You know, your body doing autopilot, your mind doing 10 paces ahead, and the breath is just there. This is an opportunity for the breath to lead the body and the mind together. So let's get on our mat and let's begin. Let's begin in a cross-legged position. So come to your mat and just take a cross-legged position either at the ankles or the shins. And let's honor the practice with some brief meditation to turn down the chatter and come to that open mind and that open heart for this series. And just bring your palms to just a little Buddha mudra, where the right palm nestles into the left in your lap, and the thumbs find a connection on top. Draw the shoulders down the back, lifting the chest. And take a deep breath in, and exhale fully. Taking a couple rounds of breath, inhaling and exhaling. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more deep breath. Inhale and exhale, let it out. And softly keep the eyes closed. Let the facial expression melt. Feel like your skin can relax and melt over the muscles and the connective tissue and the bones. And feeling that sense of accomplishment already being able to come to the mat today. Relax your jaw. Even feel like your ears are relaxing. Take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, gently bring the palms together into prayer. Setting an intention for your practice. How would you like to dedicate your practice today? What in your life is in need of your attention? What would raise the vibrations from this practice and could be applied into the life off the mat? Travel deep within your heart. Let's honor the intention. Take an inhale. Now let's come to the top of our mat. With our feet together, all 10 toes are spread out there. And we're stacking the hips over the knees and the shoulders over the hips. Standing in mountain pose, Tadasana, also known as Samasthiti. I'm going to take a couple breaths with just the arms right now, just to get breath and body together. So inhale, take the arms up overhead, and exhale the arms down. Use the whole inhale to take the arms up overhead, and use the whole exhale to take the arms back down by your side. One more time, inhale, reach up. Then exhale, release the arms only down by your side. Now let's go into our first sun salutation. So take the arms up overhead, reach tall here up towards the ceiling. Use the whole inhale to do it. And use the whole exhale to hinge at the waist, coming down towards your toes, chest and head relax. Inhale, lengthen the spine by lifting halfway up. Hands can stay on the floor or come to the shins to get the shoulders back. And then you can bend through the knees and come back into a high push-up position, plank. And ensure that your hips and legs aren't dragging towards the floor or they're up too high. Come to that high end of a push-up so the whole body is engaged here from the heels to the shoulders. And then be able to drop the knees down, chest between the palms and chin as this variation to get towards the floor. To slide through, finding cobra, pointing the toes, lifting the chest and chin. Hands are light here. Then curl the toes under, push the hips up and back into your first down dog here. And check in, making sure all 10 fingers are spread out, getting a good suction to the mat with the palms. And your all 10 toes are spread out, and heels. They shouldn't be too far in or too far out. They should be dialed behind the middle toes there, so you have a nice parallel with the feet hip width distance apart. And then we're just going to start making our way to the top of the mat with both feet together, lengthening out the spine again, lifting halfway up again. Hands can come to the shins here. And then exhale, folding forward. And then inhale, reach all the way up to the ceiling. Only to exhale, bring the arms back down by your side. So let's do another one just that way. So inhale, take the arms up overhead. Use the exhale to come all the way down to your toes, hinging at your waist. Use the next inhale to lift halfway up. Keep the shoulders back again. Hold the floor or the shins here. And then walk back into plank on the exhale, lowering knees. Chest between the palms, chin to the best of your capacity. Sliding through for cobra, just pointing the toes, hands are light, shoulders are back. And then curl the toes under, bend through the knees, pull the hips up and back into downward facing dog, lifting up and then pressing against the mat to press the chest towards the thighs. Staying here for 2 more breaths. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, and exhaling. Walking to the top of the mat, bringing the feet together, lifting halfway up, and then exhale, lowering down. Inhale, reach all the way up to stand to the sky, and bring the arms back down by your side. Now let's go for the next round. A little different variation here. So inhale, take the arms up overhead. This remains the same. Hinging from the waist, coming all the way down to your toes. Head relaxes. Inhale, lift halfway up, so you still have the option to hold the shins if you need. And then walking back into that plank position, but this time lowering down knees, and then the chest can float above the floor. And then lifting up from there, maybe the cobra gets a little bigger here, pointing the toes, and then exhale back into down dog with feet hip width distance apart. Taking anywhere from 3 to 5 breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. And then taking a walk to the top of the mat, bringing the feet together in that halfway lift, only to lower down and relax and forward fold. Inhale, reach all the way up to stand, pushing through your feet and bringing the arms back down by your side. So let's do another one in that sequence, in that variation. So inhale, reach the arms all the way up, and then come all the way down to your toes, hinging at the waist. Lifting halfway up, reach your chin and chest away from the thighs. And then let's walk back into plank, lowering knees, but seeing if you could float the chest above the floor, almost like a half plank. And then coming through into a big cobra, shoulders come back here. And then bending through the knees and going back into down dog. Allowing the head to relax so the neck is released. Shoulders plug back and heels are pressing down towards the earth. And you'll notice your chest pressing towards your thighs more and more as you get warmer, as well as more flexible. And then walking the feet to the top of the mat, bringing the feet together, lengthening out the spine, lifting halfway, and then exhale, lowering the head down. Inhale, reach all the way up to stand. And exhale the arms down by your side. For the next variation, inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold forward down to your toes. Inhale, lift halfway up, draw the chest and chin away from the thighs. And walk back to plank, this time lowering all the way to the floor in this plank position. Pointing the toes, lifting up. Maybe you play with upward dog now and try to press the tops of your feet till your thighs come up off the floor, and then perhaps even practicing flipping over the feet to come back to downward facing. So find the variation that's right for you. Taking in a few more breaths while we're here in down dog, really generating heat while the heart is above the head. Engaging the thighs. Inhaling and exhaling. Taking your next inhale to walk to the top of the mat, bringing the feet together in that halfway lift, and then releasing the chest and chin. Inhale, reach up all the way up to the sky, and bring the arms down by your side so we can do that variation one more time. Inhale, take the arms up overhead. Exhale, dive down to the toes. Inhale, lift the chest and chin away from the thighs, expand the back of the legs, and walk back into plank, taking that strong plank and lowering it with control down to the floor without swaying the hips. Lift up into that upward dog if you can, lifting the thighs up off the floor and flipping, or perhaps even trying to roll over the feet at this point to get back into downward facing dog. And breathe here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Coming to the top of the mat, bringing the feet together once again, lengthening the spine, lifting halfway up and lowering the front body down over the legs. Inhale, reach all the way up to stand and bring the arms back down by your side. Into next variation, inhale, take the arms up overhead. Release down to the toes, hinging, folding in half. Release the head. Inhale, lift halfway up, lengthening the spine. Walk back to plank, Lower down plank, but lower the chest cavity to the floor. See if you can float the thighs. Then flip over the feet, lift up into upward dog, floating the thighs above the floor still. And then lift the hips up to roll over the feet. That's a tricky one. Allowing the thighs to stay above the floor so you're not going to tilt the hips up and you're not going to slump the shoulders forward. We'll have an opportunity to try that one more time. So let's come to the top of the mat. Lifting halfway up, breathe here. Lower the chest and chin back down towards the toes. Inhale, reach all the way up to stand. And exhale, bring the arms back down by your side. Here we go. Inhale, take the arms up overhead. Hinging at the waist, come down to your toes, fold in half. Inhale, lift halfway up, shoulders come back. Walk back to plank. Body is firm here. Lower down slightly, dip the rib cage down to the floor. Keep the thighs afloat as you flip over the feet. And go up an upward facing dog. And then roll up over those feet, lifting the hips, going into downward facing dog. Breathe here. You're good and warm now. Heels are pressing down into the earth. You have a good suction to your mat with your palms. All 10 toes and fingers are spread, and you're one with the breath. Coming to the top of the mat, bringing the feet together, lifting halfway up, suck the belly in. Exhale, release over the legs. Inhale, reach all the way up to stand for our last variation to full half plank. Inhale, take the arms up overhead. Exhale, dive down to your toes, hinging. Inhale, lift halfway up to lengthen the spine. Walk back into your plank position, lowering halfway plank, just so the arms are a 90-degree angle. And then flip up over those feet, lifting up into full upward dog, keeping the thighs up off the floor. Flip back over those feet and go back into downward facing dog here. Feet are hip width distance apart. Heels are grounded towards the floor. Shoulders are slid back. Relax the jaw, and if you need a good cleansing breath, inhale through the nose and out through the mouth here. And then let's take a walk to the top of the mat, bringing the feet together. Inhaling, lifting halfway up, and exhale, lowering down. Inhale, reach all the way up to stand. Push through your feet, arms down by your side for the last one. Inhale, take the arms up overhead, reach big here. Exhale down to the toes, suck in the belly here. And then inhale, lift halfway up, shoulders come back. Walk back to plank and try that halfway plank. Make sure thighs are engaged just as much as your abdominals and your chest and arms. Flipping or rolling over the feet to come up to lift your heart. And then exhale up and over, lifting the hips, rolling or flipping over the feet. In your last downward facing dog. Breathe here. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. And now lift the heels up as high as you can. Lower the knees down nice and wide. Wider than the hips, and sit the hips back into a nice child's pose for a breath. Now turning over onto your back, laying flat with the legs sprawled out, hip width distance or a little wider onto the floor, letting the arms be down by your side or perhaps a little off of the mat. Taking the comfortable position of rest, corpse, Shavasana. And be able to scan your body briefly while you're here. Relaxing the legs and arms sometimes takes your being in a conscious mind to do just that. Ensuring that you're not gripping any muscles anymore. You even feel your forehead melting and your jaw slip back. And even the organs underneath the abdominal muscles are softening and relaxing. And just let your breath drift now into a calm with the body and the mind. Take a deep inhale and exhale out. And just relax and rest and make peace with this body today and make peace with this mind today. Lay to rest any judgments or criticisms that came onto the mat. Lay them to rest. Lay to rest the body and all its efforts. Take a deep inhale and exhale fully, coming to. And just wiggle fingers and toes, recognizing this was a human experience as well. And eventually take the hands to the belly or the ribs, connecting to the self. And rocking the head side to side. And being able to bend the knees and roll to your right side briefly in order to really hone your awareness and gather your intention. And while the eyes are closed, gently come up to take your seat into a cross-legged position where you met with the self on this journey. The journey that we got to embark on together, with the palms now facing down, but take a breath and then flip them to face up, being open to the energy you built around you and your mat. Taking a deep inhale. Bring the palms together into your heart. Honor your intentions with love. Bringing your thumbs to your lips. Honor your speech and that you're never misunderstood through love. And that your thoughts be pure. As you inhale, taking those prayer hands all the way up overhead. Exhaling, bowing forward into gratitude towards the self and the earth. 10 sun salutations. You did it. We did it. Don't forget to share which variation worked best for you and why. Until then, keep practicing every day. Work on each one and each variation and see what works and resonates for your body as it progresses and as it matures through strength and flexibility. Next week, we're back into guided meditation. Remember, guided meditation allows us to have a foundation from the inside, a stillness of the chatter for our actual physical practice. Have a great rest of your week and go in peace so you can share only kindness with yourself and others. Namaste.